Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and just kind of get started here. Um, my friend Will is going to pop on hopefully in a little bit. Having a little bit of trouble getting his equipment working properly. Um, we finished getting a few things situated. I want to be able to see the chat box while I'm doing stuff. So, anyways, yeah, welcome to my stream. I am just going to be chatting today because I have some stuff I need to work on. So, I have heard that it's kind of a good idea to have like a little avatar and whatnot. So, I decided I was going to try and work on something for that. Yeah. Okay, um, yeah, like I said, I decided I was gonna try and work on avatar. I'm using Photo Paint to do this. It's not really my favorite, but it is what I had access to. So, you know, not being my favorite doesn't mean that I can't use it. But it does mean that there are a lot of things that I've never tried doing in this before. So, that is looking very weird. I'm just going to delete that and start over. So, we're probably going to have some spoilers because uh, we've both watched Moonlight. We both watched Moon Knight, and um, we're probably going to wind up talking about that a bit. It's crazy. There's like some things that you can do in Corel Draw that could make this easier, but then there are things that you can do in this that you can't do in Corel Draw. And it's like impossible to mess with both of them at the same time. Whatever. But yeah. On another note, I'm gonna get married tomorrow to my fiance. We're gonna wait until a little while to do like the big wedding, but currently Will's not back yet because I was having trouble. You know, might be able to. That's very true. I'm gonna probably need to call him because I'm not sure he's actually restarted his computer yet. Oh wait, he might have. Yes, I'm sorry. Apparently our dog decided to step on Animation's
Hello?
humming. Hey, that actually sounds much better, if
Okay.
not just a little bit loud. I'm gonna turn you down just a little bit. Alright, go ahead and talk so I can see how you're looking. Go ahead and talk for a minute.
Well, at this point, I reached
Oh my
my
god,
computer and apparently.
it decided to go back and do the thing. Okay, so Ganimation made a suggestion since we have a tendency to, since you tend to have a good record with Roll20, he made the suggestion of just going in Roll20 and using that for the audio. So just pop into our D&D game, our Sunday game, and see if that works better. All right? Like, because I can't even really understand you. This is looking like crap right now. Um, I miss Photoshop. Maybe I'll be able to buy Photoshop later this year. That's not what I wanted to do. Hey, so, okay, you just appeared there. I just wanted to
Mhm.
go ahead and keep you on the phone for a minute. Alright,
Okay.
so, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and hang up because you're definitely not getting that staticky sound. You're definitely not getting that staticky sound that you were getting before.
Okay.
I don't know what that was all about.
Honestly, I don't. Yeah. I was there. I wasn't getting that much static from you, so I was fine with it.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. It's just like, why was it just having so much static? Alright. Alright, so you are now on. We are both on. So everyone, this is my friend Will. He plays
Hey.
he plays Jax in our game on Sunday.
Yep.
So go ahead and stretch this out. Don't lock. Okay, that'll be fine. So, you did watch the new Moon Knight, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What you thought of it?
I thought it was pretty good. I love that they just exchanged places.
Yeah,
Again, again, I already said this earlier, but this is a spoiler warning for Moon Knight.
yeah. See, I kind of figured that today's talk would be about Moon Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna open up Corel Draw, see what I can do in that, because I don't know, I'm not, well, I guess I need to stick with Corel, with Photo Paint, so
I
I
was gonna
can
say,
get more used to it.
what exactly this supposed to be? What are you envisioning?
Wait, what?
I was gonna say, what is that is supposed to be, or the end result? I just want to know what you're working on.
I'm trying to work on a little avatar thing, but it's not looking good right now.
Okay, okay.
Like, I got some, I got some sketchbook stuff earlier, so it's very possible that I'll wind up just, sketching what I want and just doing it that way.
Okay, okay.
But man, there's like stuff in Corel Draw that I wish I could move over here. And that's crazy because Corel Draw shouldn't be able to do more stuff than like the Photoshop part of it, you know? Okay. That looks a little bit better. But yeah, as I've said before, I'm not like super up to date on most Moon Knight stuff.
I know a good bit, and that just because, well, I researched it a long time ago because I wanted a character that was like Batman, but with a little bit, more to it. So I looked in Marvel and found him. And after reading up everything I read, I went, "This isn't Batman."
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
how I see how Google could get me to that, but I'm like, no, this is like if Batman was, had multiple personalities, and one personality actually had superpowers. So
yeah,
again, not Batman.
yeah. It's sort of closer to that girl from Doom Patrol.
Yes, yes, yes. What was the name? Jane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jane. Or at least that's one of her names.
yeah, one of her names. So yes, that's the most close person. And honestly, that actually kind of fits on the head. Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then of course the fact that yeah, it's the god. See, I knew that there was something with him involving a god of the moon.
yes, yes. He gets his powers from a moon god because he literally died at a statue of a moon god. And went, oh, are you the only worshiper I got? Then fine. I'm gonna make you immortal. Wait, what?
My headphone cord is getting in the way for some reason. Get behind the screen like I told you to do.
But yeah, it was one of those moments where he died at the feet of I believe a moon, the moon god.
Yeah.
Wow, only I think it was either a mission or a dig. I don't remember which.
Well, I know in the show it seems to be while he was more on like a grave robbing hunt, a tomb robbing hunt.
Yeah, I don't exactly remember. Is he at this point? I can't remember if he's actually just a normal archaeologist or is he Indiana Jonesing this by just grave robbing things, taking it.
I mean, like it's one of those things where it's kind of difficult to really know right now.
And then
And I know like I have no idea how the how it works, how they did it in the comics, so it's just one of those things where I'm
In the
also just
comics,
kind
I
of.
believe he was actually in, in the military or in some kind of army, and he was on a mission and ended up in Egypt. So I think they were trying to do, one of the wars over there at some point, and he ended up at a statue. I think that's
Oh,
how it
that's
was
not
in the
what I want.
comics. And when I looked at episode 2, it seemed like that's what they were going for, because he's apparently militarily trained.
I mean, that's what it would seem like, yeah.
So it doesn't seem like he is at least doing kung fu. So I'm going with militarily trained, and especially since he's American, so it's either military, Marine, special forces, something.
Yeah. Hey, do the thing. Thank you. Not being a little frustrating here. That looks much I want. That's what I was wanting. Okay, cool. So far we've seen him take down 2 jackals.
Yes.
We haven't seen him do it, but we know he has killed a bunch of people
Yes.
because we've seen the aftermath of that.
Yes.
And I haven't looked it up, but that one guy was saying that he is the former Avatar.
Oh yeah, yeah. I believe when I looked this stuff up a long time ago, I believe that is one of the first, or one of the main nemesis of this guy.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense that they would pull that out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Lord, just did not want to move that, did it? Okay. And they left the show in Egypt.
I think they put the show in Egypt at least right now because of how much what's that personality called, Steve?
Yeah,
Steve? Yeah, how much that
Steven.
person? Yeah, how much that personality helped up by pretty much giving the key to destroying the world to the main bad guy.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he didn't do that on purpose.
Because he didn't know anything.
Well, it wasn't even that. He fell out a window.
Yes, yes, he
Like,
did.
he fell out a window and. Oh, it was doing it. My bad. Wait, where are you doing that? Hold on. I'm gonna delete this because that was unintentional. But yeah, he fell out a window, and in all honesty, it's probably just surprising that he's alive in general.
Part of the whole, being blessed by the moon god thing of, the one power that they all have is, you don't die. At least as long as the moon god doesn't want you to die. So I think he's technically immortal. As long as the moon god goes, I still need you.
It's like, I need you, so you are not allowed to die.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what? I only need one vessel. So as long as the vessel's still working for me, yeah, yeah, sure, you're immortal. As long as you keep doing what I say. Oh, you decide not to, let me pick another vessel. Have a nice whatever you're gonna do with yourself. Because at this point, he's done so many missions for him that he's F if he quits, and
Yeah.
F if he doesn't. So it's either stay F or stay F with benefits. He keeps his immortality for all his multiple personalities. to this point. I forgot how many there were when I last looked it up. I believe it was at least four main personalities.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they've basically toned it down for the show so that they don't turn anyone off.
Yeah, yeah, because I think it did show they're only doing, I want to say two, unless we end up with a third one somewhere along the line. Because there is supposed to be, like I said, I think there's supposed to be four. I think it's Steven, Spencer, uh, I think Moon Knight himself is technically supposed to be a personality.
Here, I'm
And
gonna go ahead and look up the Marvel wiki for him.
okay,
Let's see.
and I believe the last one that I knew about was supposed to be Mr. Knight.
Think we saw an Easter egg for that tonight, or today.
Yeah,
Okay, aliases. So his prime identity is actually Mark Spector.
yeah, yeah. That's the real original him.
All right. Current alias Moon Knight. Code names Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
Nicknames Casper. I love that. Who calls him Casper? I want to know. I want to know who calls him Casper. It's either Doctor Strange or Spider-Man, I think, because it's apparently in Death of Doctor Strange, Spider-Man #1.
Okay, okay, fine. So,
Um,
Doctor Strange,
Night of Moon. It's probably Spider-Man, to be honest.
yeah,
That definitely sounds like something he would do.
yeah.
Night of Moons, Marky Mark, Mooney, spelled Mooney, Mooney, spelled Moony, Stupid Moon Man. No, no, that's not Deadpool. It's somebody in the Defenders, probably Luke Cage.
Okay, fine.
uh, Impersonations. He has apparently impersonated Bullseye and Spider-Man.
I can see that.
Other aliases: Asset Prime, Cowled Avenger, Crescent Crusader, Crescent Wrench, Fist of Kanashu.
Yes, we heard that name.
Yeah. Fist of the Phoenix. Fist of Vengeance. Again, we heard that one too.
Fist of the Phoenix. Is he one of those candidates for the Phoenix Boys?
Hold on a sec. Yes.
Oh my God!
Seems to be. Seems to be so.
He has a personality that can actually have the Phoenix Boys in it.
Fist of Vengeance. Hero Boy. All right, here come some of the aliases. Ian Waller, Jake Lockley.
Okay.
Ooh, Jake Lockley's the one that has the little business suit, looks like.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Obviously Stephen Grant.
Yeah.
In the comics, he's a bit different. In the comics, he's not just like some gift shop guy. He's like a millionaire.
I was gonna say that the actual, in the comics, Steven was apparently supposed to be the one that funds his operations as a
Yeah.
superhero. So maybe the show was trying to get Steven to that point
I
where
mean, possibly.
at the end of the first season, he's actually, being the guy that actually makes sure that Moon Knight is not just a murdering psychopath. but he points them at the right people to murder.
Then Lunar Legionnaire, Moon Demon, Moon Knight 1, The Moon Man, Sergeant Spectre, because of his last name, that might be a military thing.
Yeah, yeah, that one sounds like it's the exactly military.
Sheet Face,
Okay,
White Knight, and Yitzhak
that someone in Egypt, we may hear that name in next episode.
Yeah.
Because they like to do the Egyptian stuff and this season stuff.
so,
Yeah, we're probably hearing that at some point.
so yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting series, especially with the whole craziness. Um, looking at his power grid
Dude,
on like in the comics.
the last time I looked at that thing, I just came up with it. He has whatever powers the movie he told him to have.
Yeah, it definitely looks like okay, so his powers in the comics are definitely not going to be what they are in the MCU.
Because he would be broken.
Yeah, we've already seen it. That it is.
One of those characters that, you sit there and go, Thanos, was a problem? Really? This guy existed.
That's why I'm saying, like in the comic books, his powers are enhanced brain function and immortality. Those are his only two powers. He does have former powers apparently though.
Yeah.
Divine empowerment. This would be these are the powers that he has from the moon god. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we are. Power absorption. Employing a set of divine ankhs, Moon Knight was able to absorb the mystical powers of the Iron Fist, the Sorcerer Supreme, Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, and was seemingly able to absorb the Starbrand and the Phoenix Force if he had been given the chance. This power seems limited as Moon Knight was unable to absorb Black Panther's powers due to the latter's powers being embedded in his blood. So essentially, if they are not powers derived
by cosmic forces,
no, like by stuff that is actually within the person's DNA, because like the Phoenix Force, the only reason it was able to take Jean Grey was because she was already powerful enough to take it, and they fused entirely.
Yeah, but apparently, from what you just said, all the forces that you mentioned were mostly, you know,
Mostly stuff that was given by outside parties. Like the Phoenix, like Jean Grey could sustain the Phoenix Force, but like the Phoenix Force itself was still a cosmic power.
yes,
Whereas Black Panther, the powers of Black Panther, it's like,
comes from a flower.
yeah, so it's like actually within their DNA.
It's gene manipulation.
Yeah,
So
I mixed up when I was saying the Phoenix Force and
yeah.
a minute ago, but yeah, it's actually in his DNA now.
So
So it's like,
from
so essentially that means that he couldn't like go up to Wolverine and take his power,
no,
but he could possibly absorb the power that Cyclops shoots at him
yeah,
because that's coming from a different, cause especially now that it's actually gotten out that it's not just a beam, it is his eyes open a portal to another dimension that sends out that has concussive rays.
the death dimension. I don't know what to call that dimension. Like, why does that
It's not even like a death dimension. It's just like a dimension where everything is a concussive ray. So like quite literally, it's not so much that he is shooting people with beams, he is shooting people with concentrated fists. It is a beam that is essentially hitting you with brute force. So yeah, quite literally, if he was actually around when Thanos was attacking, he could have just like walked up to Thanos and absorbed the power that Thanos tried to use on him,
Yes,
because that
that,
would be a cosmic power.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Thanos would not have been a thing.
Yeah.
He would have just walked up to Thanos, and Thanos would have gone, "What are you?" And
Oh,
he would have just took the glove and went,
here's something. Here's something that might be interesting that we could see in this series.
"Okay,
Necromancy. He apparently is able to control undead mummies.
again, he has accomplished what I remember reading. Any power that the moon deity decided that he needed that week.
We got lunar kinesis, geokinesis, phase
Yes,
transformation, moon empowerment, and self-sustenance.
yes, dude doesn't need to eat, sleep, or
Or
really
breathe.
no. He's fighting. I remember a comment where he took Thor's hammer and smacked Thor around with it. Because Thor's hammer is a cosmic force.
So, also, when we were talking about the Phoenix Force, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this is what happened with the Phoenix Force. For a time, Mark, like Khonshu
Uh-huh.
was replaced by the Phoenix Force.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that had to be a bad day for him in his head. Thinking, wait, who you? I've replaced your deity. That could happen? Yes, that happened today. Oh, okay.
um,
What's your name? I want you to burn everything. Wait, what? Burn it all. Okay.
so essentially we're experiencing this from the beginning. So right now he has immortality and all of those things that I just listed.
Yes, yes. Like I said, this character is pretty much unbeatable, except for the fact of he has multiple personalities. Which, if you get him on if you get him on the bad day, and he's speed, you win. Because Steve can't fight his way, barely out of a paper set. He threw his first good punch this episode.
Yep.
And he sits there go, "You have weapons. You materialize weapons from nowhere. And you decided to punch. That was your go-to. When you know that you have materialized weapons, and you
Oh,
seem like you can handle them."
apparently Moon Knight gets the same sort of thing that Sakura in Naruto gets with with psychic resistance because of the multiple personalities.
Hey, that,
He has some resistance to mental control.
I was gonna say, I think at this point was the moment of, Charles knows not to go inside that head because if you thought,
I mean, last time he tried to go inside a crazy person's head, he kind of wound up going brain dead.
so yeah, don't go into Moon Knights where he has like, the aliens all have personalities. So have fun in that closet. Break it out. In fact, you may become one of the personalities. He may eat you. It goes, oh look, now I have a personality with psychic powers. Fine. Like I said, Moon Knight, if you gave him all his powers, it's pretty much, why is this really a fight? Is it only a fight because the story needs it to be? And they decided to make him, to nerf him at one point because they just went, we ran out of ideas. What you mean? At this point, he'll be fighting cosmic beings that he's, all the other Avengers and all the other teams should be fighting, and he'll just be winning. So we need to nerf him. Okay, we take away his god powers. What does that leave? Well, as long as the god still walks him around, he's immortal, so he ain't giving that. Okay, and then what? We keep his insanity.
Hell
Why?
yeah.
Because that's the power. Insanity is a power. Always.
Yep.
But yeah, and it's also kind of funny
Ah,
that I just
shit.
was
I
laughing.
didn't want to do that. What in the world? Not sure what the hell that was all about.
But yeah, it was also funny that I realized that this in the Marvel universe that he has the actual wife.
What the hell is going on?
Let me guess, it's not doing what you want.
No, it's like doing this weird cracked out thing. Like, I am not sure what's going on. I'm deleting that and we're gonna try again.
But yeah, they actually brought in his wife,
Yeah.
which I was sitting there going, yeah, that's right. His personality has a wife.
Let's go. Let me go back up there to the thing. See all his relationships. Okay, relationships. Good lord.
Yeah, he has multiple personalities, so he has a bunch of relationships.
Alright. So, ancestors. Seth Falcon. Um, Parents. Elias Spector and an unnamed mother. Has a deceased brother. Randall Spector. Let's see, is there a possibility we'll see Randall?
I mean, the dude has necromancy. I promise you they'll cover it up eventually.
Randall Spector, alias Shadow Knight.
Seriously.
Yep.
So,
Powers. Nephthys lunar treatments granted him superhuman strength and external durability, though his internal organs remained at normal human levels.
wait. So he got the watered down version of Moon Knight's powers?
Yeah, basically he wanted to be like Moonlight, I guess, and went through some
Okay.
experiments. You know, it actually is curious, like they talked about um they talked like, you know, Lila talked about how how he wasn't really talking to his mom, but there's
Yeah.
an unnamed mom, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're actually going to explore that in this.
Honestly, since they did mention his mother at some point, now I am interested in that because that is a way for this show to be unique if they decide to, delve into that. Because I look at every one of these episodes, every one of these shows, and I do want to see what do they bring to the table in the comic book universe.
Well, apparently his wife in the comic universe is Marlene Alrun. Alrun. Alraune.
Okay.
She looks very similar to the person that we saw in the episode.
I would say I'm pretty much assuming that anyone that's actually married to this man already has issues, so she could be running for fake name herself. It's fine.
Alright, so they have. I don't know. Actually, no, she doesn't look. She doesn't look anything like her. Sorry, I don't know what I was picturing. Yeah, they definitely do not look alike.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what in my head I was picturing because
Does it say which one of the aliases or personalities she's supposed to be married to?
she's supposed to be married to Mark.
Okay.
Yeah, she's supposed to be married to Mark. Yeah, I'm not really seeing Layla anywhere. And there's no. The MCU wiki is unhelpful when trying to figure that out.
Yeah. What the other relationships besides the wife?
Okay, going back. Other relationships. He has a daughter.
Right.
Obviously, that is not current in the MCU.
I was gonna say, when does he supposed to have this child?
Yeah. So yeah, he apparently has a daughter in the regular comics.
All right, because yeah, I know the regular comic had it, but Moon Knight happened a long time ago, so him having the child makes perfect sense. Just
So
feel bad for that child because I'm like, do you inherit powers depending on what phase you're on?
that would be funny.
I'm like, what happened to this child?
That would be funny.
What's your superhero name? Son of Moon Knight. No,
Daughter of Moon Knight.
daughter of Moon
Yeah,
Knight.
it's daughter of Moon Knight.
Yeah, I could think that would make one, very powerful, probably very crazy woman. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna try this again. Give that, and then we're gonna apply it and see if you don't go crazy. So far, so good. I don't know. Which way do you like it? This way? Or this way?
Let's see.
Go back. That.
Okay, I'll say this. This way right here makes his eyes look calmer than the other way. The other way makes him look a
Yeah.
little more, aggressive. So, which way you want to go?
I don't know. I mean, it's just supposed to be like an
Let's
avatar.
see.
Like, in all honesty, I should probably try and figure out how to make it just look a little bit more adorable, but I'm having trouble getting that to work, so I'm just abandoning that possibility.
Hey, if you want to make it, more doable later, it's fine. But just go with the bare sketch character.
Alright, so we're gonna
So,
go with that right there. We're gonna go ahead and duplicate that, and hey, I said duplicate.
but yeah, I think one of his other relationships in the actual show was the guy that that Steve talks to,
Yeah,
the golden statue guy.
yeah,
I think it's supposed to be the guy that's in the comics that's supposed to be the Steve's friend, but in the comics he's like a homeless man that Steve always talked to. So I'm going, are they replacing the homeless man with the guy, with the golden statue guy?
okay, I'm gonna pull up the Easter eggs. Pulling up the Easter egg list.
Okay.
Okay, so starting, this is episode 1, Easter eggs. So, Duchamp. You know, that popped up on the phone when he was scrolling through, seeing like 50 message or 50 calls from Layla and then like one call from Duchamp.
Yeah.
And instead of, trying figuring out who that is because that was the weird one.
Yeah. What was the one that called the boat?
Yeah. So Duchamp, good old Steven is having a rough go lately with the constant sleepwalking, blah blah blah. He also doesn't know anyone named Duchamp, which is the only other name we see during this scroll. Duchamp is a major, major Easter egg that will probably have Moon Knight fans screaming. That's because in the comics, Jean-Paul Duchamp is Mark Spector's, well, everything. He's Spector's best friend, pilot, sidekick, surrogate family. There's arguably no one in Moon Knight's life who is closer to him than Jean-Paul Duchamp. So I will admit that everything that I've seen Moon Knight in, Jean-Paul Duchamp has not been in it. But obviously, this means that we are going to see a person named Jean-Paul Duchamp, who is going to be the everything for Mark.
At least, probably, surrogate sidekick, so he actually gets himself together.
Yeah. Um, Amit, of course. That that makes sense because they're doing a whole thing. Khonshu, of course. Hollow Shell. When Arthur when Arthur Harrow finally catches up with Stephen Grant, he gives our mild-mannered quasi-hero a nice monologue, filling him in ever so slightly on what's going on. It's maddening, isn't it? Says Harrow, invading Grant's personal space. The voice in your head, relentless, forever unsatisfied. No matter how hard you try to please it, devours you until there's nothing left but a hollow shell. This idea that the Egyptian gods possesses avatars and slowly hollows them out over time comes from the Jeff Lemire run on Moon Knight. I will rid you of yourself. I will hollow you out and make you my perfect vessel, Khonshu says to his new avatar. So yeah, apparently Khonshu is even more crazy.
Yes, the Khonshu in the god pantheon is ostracized, from what I remember last week, because even among the gods and all that stuff, they call him crazy because apparently he changes depending on how the moon is. So full moon, he's a completely different person than the moon, and all the phases, various degrees of crazy.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah, no one talks to Khonshu as a deity. And apparently in Marvel, there are actual deities, and there's a deity system. And you'll be surprised at who actually counts and who doesn't.
Mhm.
Because Thor, technically, in Marvel Universe, is a deity,
Right.
but he's an alien. So technically, he's not as powerful as Khonshu.
Oh,
Because Khonshu is a bigger deity, which makes, hardly any sense because Khonshu doesn't have any followers. So you would think that he shouldn't be, but he actually is.
so it actually occurred to me. I was talking with Ganimation yesterday on our podcast. We were doing MCU stuff, and I was looking at all of the new projects and looking at who's going to be in them. Did you know that in Thor: Love and Thunder, they're actually going to be touching on two of the other pantheons?
Which of the other pantheons?
Well, someone's playing Zeus,
Okay,
and someone is playing Bast,
interesting.
which means that, since Bast is going to be in it, there's actually
The possibility.
possibility that Moon Knight might touch in that.
I'm pretty much certain now that because of what's happening with Moon Knight series that was planned.
Yeah, very probably.
Okay.
All right, getting back to the Easter eggs, I have come across the Golden Statue Man.
Okay.
All right, his name's Crawley, not to be confused with Crowley. All right, so Golden Statue performer that Steven confides in after work, longtime Moon Knight readers might think he looks familiar underneath all that gold paint. What with his long hair, and if you watch the credits, your suspicions will be confirmed. This is Crawley, as played by Sean Scott. Crawley, in the comics, Crawley is one of Mark's oldest pals. Well, he's actually a friend of Mark's Jake Lockley persona, which is one that we have yet to see in the Marvel show.
Yeah.
Introduced in 1976, Marvel Spotlight number 28. Burton Crawley is an unhoused do-gooder who acts as an informant for Moon Knight and frequently gets swept up in his adventures. Will we ever see this version of Crawley speak, or even be called Crawley? So, all right, now let's go to the episode 2 Easter eggs. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a very spoiler heavy Moon Knight talk at the moment. We might get off of it in a little while, but right now that this is definitely Moon Knight heavy spoilers.
Right now.
Yeah. Hey. Okay, Crawley pops up as on the top of that. Storage Unit 43. While I've been unable to find any important Marvel significance related to Moon Knight for the number 43, nor the 502 of his apartment number, if you scan the QR code on the door of Mark's storage unit, you're taken to a digital version of Werewolf by Night number 33, which was the second appearance of Moon Knight in the comics. So you heard it here. If you go and watch that episode and you scan the QR code on the storage unit door, you get a free comic. That is like beyond cool, honestly. I mean, let's see. I think I can throw an image into my chat. Hold on a sec. Oh wait, I can, I have it so you can see my Corel stuff. So hold on a sec. Let me get a clear image. Hurry up. There we are. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Anyone curious? Hold on. All right. Anyone curious to try? I'm gonna try it. Might not be a good enough image. Wait. There it is. Yep. There it is.
Oh, it works.
Yeah.
All right.
Takes you straight to a digital copy. So that's cool. Alright. Go ahead and delete that. Getting back to Easter eggs right quick. We'll finish these up and then I'm gonna go back and try and work on that second eye. Alright, so yeah. File number 1975. When Stephen is in custody with the bogus police officers sent by Arthur Harrow, he's shown a digital file containing evidence of some of the bad stuff that Mark Spector has been involved in. Bodies at the archaeological site visible in an image are almost certainly related to Moon Knight's origin story, which saw the mercenary indirectly involved in a slaughter of archaeologists. But the file number for his case begins with 1975, which is the year Moon Knight first appeared in Marvel Comics.
Okay.
By the way, something that I found out, I think it was, oh yeah, I was watching Hot Ones when when he had Elizabeth Olsen on it, and you actually find out that apparently the props department kind of comes up with most of that stuff on their own. Like sometimes they might be told, "Hey, make sure you try and throw a few of these little Easter eggs in here." So like the props department actually goes above and beyond to try and just fill as much as possible with Easter eggs like that. But they don't tell anyone what they're doing.
Hey, I guess that means the error will be acting natural when they, have a prop in their hand and don't know that it's important.
Yeah.
Because, if you know for a fact what this means in your hands, you will actually probably, react differently than you just go, oh, this is just a file.
Yeah.
Back it on the disc, just like you should. And then you go later, wait, that was a prop. Yeah, that was an important prop. It had important numbers on. Thank you for doing it that way, so no one could, would notice unless they were a super nerd and looked at them.
Mark's passport says he was born in Chicago, Illinois. It's the same place as his comic book counterpart. Um, Kyonshu. Yeah. Midnight Legacy. Yeah, so I think I reached the end of it. Mr. Knight was played for laughs here. The suit that Steven summons is the Mr. Knight aspect of Moon Knight, first created by Warren Ellis and Declan Shalvey. Mr. Knight has been appearing in recent issues of Moon Knight as well. That's a cool look, ain't it? I love how Steven was like, I mean, I think it looks kind of good, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Bob Dylan, if you listen closely when Harrow is showing Steven around his cult headquarters, you can hear the Bob Dylan song that opened the first episode, Every Grain of Sand, playing as diegetic music. This was from Dylan's period where he was making spiritual music after he became a born-again Christian, and this song's theme of devotion to a higher power makes a lot of sense for both Mark Spector and Arthur Harrow.
Even the music choice. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, the props department apparently goes above and beyond on this stuff. So yeah, um, like I said, they apparently don't even like tell people what they're doing. All right, we're gonna see if we can't. Might need to modify this a little bit. That needs to go down. Um, so aside from this one, what other Marvel projects are you looking forward to?
Hmm. Let's see. Honestly, I am looking forward to the Multiverse of Madness.
Did you see the recent trailer for that?
I've not gotten to see the recent trailer yet.
Oh, you totally need to check that out. Like, it shows some of the stuff that So you know how at the end of Wanda Wanda Vision, she decided that she was going to look through the big book of evil that no one should look through.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a possibility that she's kind of going to suffer for doing that.
Oh, in the comic books, yes, she does look at the big book of evil, but in the comic books, you have the whole, she messes up the whole world scenario. Instead of it's just one town, she
Yeah,
does that to the planet.
yeah,
And things got so weird that, mutants were, you know, everyday normal, and normal people were the way mutants were.
yeah. But
House of M is an interesting storyline. And
the in Multiverse of Madness,
mm-hmm.
so Steven so Doctor Strange, he talks about the fact that he keeps on having like this dream, you know, and like every single night he keeps having this dream. It sort of alludes to the dream having something to do with his girlfriend and getting married and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And then Wanda's like, every night I have the same nightmare. Then it shows her seeing her kids and running up to them. Then when she like drops down to like embrace them, she turns and she goes back into the Scarlet Witch form, and the kids are not there.
Gotcha.
So it's a whole a whole thing that they
Well,
might be
at least
doing.
I would say at least that does allude to the villain that's supposed to be in that one. It could be Nightmare. That is a Doctor Strange villain.
Yeah, it could definitely be Nightmare. It would totally make sense for that.
Yeah.
Um,
I know how everybody wants it to be Mephisto.
yeah, I feel like because of the fact that people have guessed Mephisto for like the past 3 projects,
Uh-huh.
that they're just not going to use Mephisto at all until people forget that Mephisto is a thing.
Yes, yes, I already claimed it, like, guys. Yes, Mephisto, that was dead. Even if they thought about it, they went, no, people, everyone guessed it. Everyone in their grandmother, it's over. So we're doing Nightmare. Nightmare makes sense too.
Wait, that's white. That's not gonna really
Now
work.
the other project that I'm actually looking forward to, let's see. Um, I want to know what way they're going to do Thor: Love and Thunder, because I've heard things about it, and I'm not, and I'm, half of it I'm excited for it, half of it I'm like, so are you replacing that character with this one, or what are you doing?
Well, as far as figured it so far, it seems to be they're going to be trying to do the um the female Thor
Yes,
introduction just flat out.
yes, but and when you do that in the comics, you ended up replacing Thor
Yeah.
because Thor, you know, left. Thor's thought because Thor had to, either A in the comics be a king and actually stay in the place and rule it, or B they kill Thor. So whichever the two options, I'm like, you're not doing one of those, are you?
I mean, currently I can't say which one they might be doing. I know that in the comics he does talk with Jane as Thor, or like he is like he's alive, but and he's talking to Jane, who is Thor, and is like, I used to know this woman. She was a wonderful woman, or something. The next, let me see if I can find it right quick. Um,
But yeah, with that, with Thor: Love and Thunder, I wanted to know if they was gonna actually kill off original Thor, keep him, or just make it so that he's king of Asgard and he starts new Asgard. Because
Well, at the moment, I know Valkyrie is the king of Asgard.
yeah, that's
So,
why I didn't think they were gonna do the king of Asgard because they already made somebody for that.
I mean,
So,
it's very possible they're gonna kill Thor.
and I do know for a fact that the God Butcher is supposed to be in Thor and Thunder.
Yes, yes.
So
That was
it
another
could.
thing we found out when we were looking at stuff last night. He is being played by oh, what's his name? The Batman. He was Batman.
Oh, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, yeah, Christian Bale. He's
Okay.
played by Christian Bale.
So yeah. So yeah, they can have God Butcher kill Thor. That would be one of those sad moments of did you just kill off an entire family in the Marvel universe?
I
Because
mean,
you already killed Loki once. You killed,
they've killed
you
Loki
killed
like
Odin.
5 billion times.
Yes, yes. No one cares about Loki. It's fine. Loki comes back like Kenny from South Park. It's fine. You have Loki dying a bunch of times. Who cares? You killed off Odin. The Odin's gone. You killed all, well, Thor's mother. Now that you killed off all of Thor's friends except for one, and now you killed Thor. I don't think any, Marvel thing has, completely done the whole eradication of a lineage before.
I mean,
So
not
kill
gonna,
everybody.
definitely not gonna put it past them.
Yeah, we won't put it past them, but it should be with that moment of you actually killed off everybody. And so there's a Loki in a pocket dimension having his, time travel giggles, and he's gonna come back at some point, which I'm gonna get in season 2. They will do something with that, and he will just go, "What the f happened? Oh,
Mhm.
everyone's dead. What you mean everyone's dead? Yeah, it's just me now. I'm the king of New Asgard. This isn't Asgard. Yeah, this is a place on Earth that we're calling New Asgard. That's how F we are. The whole lineage is dead. All your other enemies are dead. All your family's dead. Welcome."
Yep.
I'm just sitting there going, wow, yeah, wow. And let's see. Besides that, I'm looking forward to She-Hulk.
Oh yeah. By the way, I was looking at the cast list. You were saying that you thought that Charlie Cox was gonna be in it, but he's not listed on the current cast list.
Really? That's sad. Because I'm sitting there going, it makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense, but he he's not on the cast list that I saw when I was looking at it.
Oh well. It seems like a missed opportunity in my opinion.
Now, I will say this, they are working on Echo, like I told you, and
Uh,
he and Kingpin and Daredevil are both slated for that.
okay. Maybe it was just the fact that couldn't work on so many projects at the same time.
Yeah,
That can be forgiven.
this mouth looks horrible right now.
Like I said, you're just doing at this point, you can tweak it later. It'll be fine.
Grrr. Okay, let's see. There is like no angle that this works. Okay, we're gonna start over on that. I don't even know what I want for the mouth. Part of me just wants a line.
I was saying, you want him smiling? Do you want him angry? What literally the mouth is what you tell him what the mood of the character is. Mouth and eyes usually are the things that tell people what the mood of the person is. So if you want him to be, nonchalant, just give him a straight line. He'll be fine.
Alright, that's way too big.
That's a big grin. Like, you just did your job to give us that grin. That's it.
There we go. That's looking okay. Feel like it's definitely missing something. I don't know. I'm gonna lower its opacity a bit. Okay. Still kind of doesn't look great, but it's a little bit better. I'm probably going to wind up just drawing something, honestly. But I need some practice on photo paint, so since photo paint is what I have, it's what I have right now, so it's what I have to use.
Like I said, I figured that's why you were using this.
I wonder if I can do some of the things that Corel does. I'm gonna try something right quick. Alright, so
But yeah, let's see. What else was I interested in?
undo that.
Oh yeah, I was interested in the and how they plan on doing Blade.
Yeah, that's another one of the ones that I'm hoping they do a good job with.
Yeah, I really am. I'm hoping that they do a decent job with Blade. Cause
I mean, he's got a lot to live up to, 'cause like, you know, a lot of people didn't like the third one. I kind of like the third one, honestly.
oh, you talking about the Wesley Snipes one?
Uh, yeah, I'm talking about like the third Wesley Snipes one.
Oh, that one. Yeah. People didn't like that one because of they felt that Wesley kind of phoned that one in.
I mean, I can understand that,
Because
definitely.
when you compare it to the first two, he was literally wearing, a long sleeve shirt most of the time in the last one.
Yeah.
And you sit there and go, so you didn't have time to do your abs this time? Nope, didn't have time to do the abs. Okay, fine, sure, we'll go with that. What about the stunts? Not really. Okay, but the story was decent, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah, like I said, I was pretty much fine with that.
Yeah, and plus the third one is the one with Ryan Reynolds in it.
Yeah.
So again, I actually do like Ryan Reynolds, so yeah, I'm a fan of it. And plus,
Why
Vampire
are you?
Pomeranian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just that. That's what it had to take
Vampire,
place.
vampire Pomeranian. Like it got one of my favorite lines in the whole series, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, just that whole Just that whole thing of just like, F me. And then, you know, it expands the mouth.
Now,
F me sideways.
it's one of those moments that you just kind of sit there and go, I never thought of doing that. Wow, whoever thought of making that a thing? Congratulations, you get a clap. Because I have not seen that in any other thing ever. Like, yep, this was the moment. Someone dug deep and went, I need a vampire doll. Okay? So many other vampire dolls in the universe that just instantly come to mind. And then someone went, no, no. We gotta have the thing that would look like it shouldn't be a vampire doll. It really shouldn't have been the vampire doll. We're gonna make it one. And it's gonna be horrifying when you see it in reality. What you mean? Hate this. That's a Pomeranian. Extend its mouth. And have it angry and coming at you and hungry. Oh God, yeah, the nightmare fuel. Congratulations. I could have seen that. Yeah, I could have seen a lot of the other kinds of dolls just going, yeah, this makes perfect sense. My Empiric Golden Retriever. I would have gone, yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
But not Pomeranian.
I'm coming somewhere with this thing, but I still think it's not gonna be my final thing.
What are you doing?
I'm giving them eyes right now.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see where is it right now? Oh yeah. Yeah, I was giving them eyes. I probably need to give myself glasses on it. Yeah, it's definitely not going where I want it to. I would be having a lot easier time if I was using Photoshop, but I've really got to work with this and get a few more things, try and get a few more things going with it. I might throw some effects on it later, see if I can kind of help it out a bit. One of the things that you can do in Corel Draw that for some reason I can't seem to do here is you can like, hold on. Yeah, it doesn't. You can like do this thing where you can just like grab a shape and just start manipulating the side of it and give it a little bit rounder edges and stuff.
Okay.
So, you would think that that would be something that they would put in Photo Paint since Photo Paint is the Photoshop it's Photoshop for Corel and Corel Draw is like Illustrator for Corel, you know?
Okay.
So it just feels like it should be something that I could do since usually the actual program that you're working with the images doesn't do as much as the layout program, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say it's one of those moments of maybe you could find some stuff online about little step by step things of how this person different from the other, and if there's anything that you could do that compares to the other.
I mean, I am like watching some tutorials to find out stuff that I don't know about it. Because, up until like this is the first time that I've actually tried to create something from scratch in this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why, because like usually what I'm doing is I'm touching up stuff, you know, like,
So you basically use this as a touch-up program.
yeah, that's usually what I use this for. Like, give me a sec, let
So
me,
now you're trying to use it to whole hog create stuff.
yeah, I was just trying to create something entirely new. Here, we'll use this one. So there's solar. I'm gonna go ahead. I know. Like you can't really see much of them. But essentially like you can do stuff. See, where's that thing? Um, what? Why am I having trouble finding it? I'm having trouble finding it for some reason.
But yeah, if they do play, correctly, then they can, segue into the darker stuff of the MCU.
Yeah.
Because, in all honesty, they have Moon Knight, got Blade, they have Luke Cage, Daredevil. You know, they have a lineup where they can do a dark, the darker,
Oh my
the
god,
darker storyline.
I passed it like 5 times. I passed the thing that I was looking for like 5 times. So, like, usually I would do stuff like, good lord, why would you think that his face needs to be that freaking pale? Go back. Perfect. I'll reset the whole thing. Okay. So we're going, so like, this is normally what I would do, where I would just kind of adjust a few things.
Okay.
Um, you know, but I will say that something that this has that I don't recall from any of the Photoshop versions that I've done is when you're in this little thing right here where you're adjusting some of these things, you can take what's called a snapshot,
Okay.
and then you can adjust again, take another one, you adjust again, take another one, and then you can actually just like go and look at all of them and decide which one you liked the best out of all of them.
Oh, okay. So you can pretty
Like,
much just do a thing of better, worse, better, worse.
yeah, like you can just like be like, all right, so I like this, but I'm not sure this is gonna work exactly, but I like this, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a snapshot, and then I'm gonna keep fiddling with it, and then it makes it to it, cause like I said, I have never seen this in Photoshop. Like in Photoshop, they has a sort of thing like it, but typically, if you are afraid that you're not going to be able to get the same settings again, you have to just like, save it right quick.
Yeah, yeah. If you want something, to go
So,
that way, you wanted it. Just
so
save it.
it's actually really cool that you can do this little thing in here.
So it's sort of like a quick save. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I usually do in in this. Um, 'Cause it makes things, 'cause like I'm usually using it with Corel Draw. So like um so like, you know, it makes it to where as soon as I get done modifying something, then I save it and close out Corel Draw, I mean Corel, Photo Paint, and go back to Corel Draw, and the thing that I was modifying in the um in the Corel Draw is automatically updated when I do that. So it makes things very easy for that, you know?
Okay.
But like I said, I had never actually tried to create something from scratch like I've done in Photoshop before.
Gotcha.
Solar's face.
It,
So this is the first time that I've actually just tried creating something, and so far I'm definitely like I said, I actually think I had more options for some of this stuff in Corel Draw. So there's a chance that I might go back and try and remake stuff in Corel Draw
uh-huh.
so that um and see if it looks better.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So
But yeah, when it comes to, the new projects for the MTU, they will pretty much cover most of them now.
yeah, I think we covered a lot of them. I will say that there are plenty others that we probably haven't gone over, like Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, that one I'm actually just gonna sit and wait because I'm gonna hold judgment until I actually see that one.
Yeah, it's
That one has a whole bunch of things related to it that I'm just sitting there going, depends on who you chose, who you actually, how they portray it, and because the last one was just so good, you just sit there and go, you got a lot to live up to.
and then like there's also that one thing of just like they've had to go back and forth on some of the on like at least that one actress because of her thoughts on COVID.
Yes.
They've had to go like back and forth with her and just makes it to where it's just like no one knows because like they were really trying hard not to fire her.
Uh huh.
So like they probably would have it like it probably would have been one an earlier release if it weren't for all the problems that they had trying to figure out how they were going to deal with her.
Like I said, it's good, that happened a lot with a lot of Disney projects. Cause,
Oh yeah, like Mighty Ducks, Game Changers.
yep. So yeah, depends on who they get for for the new Black Panther. How do they portray said character? And if it makes any sense, because storyline wise of Black Panther, there are two options.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are hoping that that his sister is going to get it. But then some of those people sort of changed their tunes when they found out that the actress was one of those people who's an anti-vaxxer.
Uh huh. So yeah, there's two options. The sister or the I forget the other guy's name. It was
The other chief guy.
yes. Yep. So yeah, those are the two options canonically in the comics.
Yeah.
So as long as they choose one of those, it will be fine. But I feel like they I just want to see what it would be before I actually make any judgment. Because I actually really enjoyed the first one.
Oh yeah. I mean, everyone
And
really enjoyed the first one, really.
yes, yes, it was one of those movies that Marvel went, wait, this did how well? Okay, right. That
Um,
is could never get with that actor.
no,
Yeah,
that's one of the things that's probably really going to throw them this time because I like no one was expecting him, to
yeah.
pass away.
They didn't know, according to what I looked up. They didn't know until the last minute. Until he just looked so awful that they had to act.
It's like, hey,
And he was
we noticed that you kind of look like you're dying. You okay, man? It's like, well, actually, I'm dying.
Yeah, that.
Well, we weren't expecting you to say that.
Yeah, yeah. So that kind of most of their plans. They didn't know until they were, doing the stuff for apparently for what if. And he came into the, to the sound booth, and they went, "Oh my God!" Because the last time they actually saw him was, for the actual, movies. And then when he came in for the sound booth, they realized how empty he was.
Yeah,
So
I just
yeah,
realized I don't have my chat box up too. There we go. Got it back.
but yeah, it's just one of those things. Can't really control that.
Yeah, it's sad to lose them because he
Oh yeah,
was, like, as far as I can tell, like everything that I've heard about him, he was a good guy, just in general.
yeah. You do hate to lose the ones that actually, seem like they're decent people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they go forward with this because I'm picturing that they probably, here's the thing I'm thinking they're going to do, but I kind of hope they don't. But at the same time, I'm like, how do you segue? So I'm thinking they're going to just, kill him off screen.
I mean, that's pretty much the only thing they can do.
Yeah, and depends on how they kill him off screen, uh, will set the tone for the actual movie.
Alright, let's. You know what? I'm gonna save this before
Killing it.
I do what I'm about to do, just to be on the safe side.
So how long you think we should have this, little break
Um,
going?
I usually go until about 3 o'clock, so we're about 20 more minutes.
Okay. Just wanted to know 'cause I have to actually plug up my computer stuff now.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, we don't want to lose you. Go ahead and plug that up. Alright, so now let's explore. Can I just like click on? No, I can't. Oh, that sucks. Um, actually, I wonder if I can do that. Let me try that. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to do that. Then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna. Okay, so that was not what I wanted you to do. But it does give me something that I needed to know. That looks interesting. I might use that later. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna duplicate all these, then we're going to combine all these, and then we're going to hide all these. And I just noticed something that I could probably have done. Could have made some stuff more interesting. Also noticed that that did not really do what I wanted it to do, so we're gonna bring all this stuff back. When I did that, it apparently decided to get rid of the shadows that I had made. So I don't know what that was all about, but we're gonna try some other stuff. Let's see what effects we can put on this thing. Um, see, some of the other projects coming out. Let me go ahead and look those up again. Okay, I am on the MCU wiki for Phase 4. Alright, so Phase 4, the films include Black Widow. What'd you think of that one? You there? Did I lose you? Hello? You there?
Uh,
Oh, there you are.
yeah, I was wondering what this all of a sudden everything just went quiet. Like, what happened?
It looks like possibly Roll20 did the thing that it sometimes does.
Gotcha.
Um, so I was asking what, so I looked up the list of all the Phase 4 stuff,
Uh-huh.
and the first one is Black Widow. What do you think of that?
The Black Widow.
Yeah.
It was one of those movies where I was just kind of yeah. Black Widow was one of those movies where I kind of was like,
It's getting so weird. Okay, I sometimes hear you.
there's an echo.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Only thing I can think is, do you have the Twitch open?
Yeah,
Okay, you make sure that it's muted.
yeah, it's beautiful now.
Okay.
Apparently, it had unmuted it now.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
All right. Let's get back to it.
So yeah, Black Widow.
Yeah, it was a movie that I felt like it should have happened before the character died. Honestly,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was sitting there going, wow, this character died. Why are you putting this out now? And besides that, movie was a decent action film. But as far as an actual spy film, I was kind of sitting there going, um, my God, you guys are better than this, right?
Yeah, it was one of those that I felt had some problems, definitely, but for the most part, I liked it.
Yeah, like, it's a good action film. If you just turn your brain off and watch it, it's actually decent. But, sometimes when you turn your brain back on, you sit there and go, but this is Black Widow.
Yeah.
You have done this better? Like, in all the other movies, Black Widow was actually, an actual real super spy. But, and this, in Black Widow, the movies, he's more like, uh, Bruce Willis and Die Hard.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
So I'm like, I'm not exactly mad, but it was what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So I like the movie, but at the same time, I'm like, I understand why people don't. And like I said, a lot of the fight of the movie got taken out when you know that these characters, you know, good, good and gone, but because this is a prequel,
Yeah.
and if this had happened, during the hype of, all the other stuff, like, before Endgame, when they put this movie out, guess what? I think this movie would have done a lot better.
Probably. Uh,
Then the next one, I think, is Shang-Chi.
yeah, Shang-Chi is next, and that was amazing.
I love that one.
That one,
Honestly,
that one's one of those movies that makes it to where it's like, if they actually decide to try and bring Iron Fist into this world, they have to try and get Shang-Chi's creators to work with them.
I'm going to say, I kind of want Shang-Chi's creators to actually have something to do with that.
Yeah, like,
Something, because,
'cause,
they did a good job of what they had.
yeah. The next one that pops up on this list is Eternals. I have mixed feelings about that.
They show too many characters in at the same time.
Yeah,
That's the main problem I have with it. Like,
and
I
then
know,
something else that someone pointed out about the Eternals is at the end of the movie they actually kind of talk about Thanos a bit and how like Thanos was related to that one guy.
yeah, in the movie they break in the brother of Thanos.
Yeah, which makes it to where their whole thing that they had said earlier in the movie where they don't get involved with things that, are not, them and the
Uh-huh.
other stuff, it makes it to where that no longer works for why they did not help with Thanos.
No, so I remember what they said. They said that they don't get involved with anything that doesn't relate to deviants.
But
And
technically, he would have been involved in that.
technically, if you go by the comic books, Thanos is a deviant. If you actually look at comic book lore, they do say that he is an Eternal, but he's also a deviant.
Yeah,
So technically, they should have been involved.
exactly.
So yes, I understand. Yes, canonically, the Eternals, besides the fact that the characters, they show too many characters in at the same time because Marvel knows how to do characters. We know this, but 3 hours isn't enough for 10 characters.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty,
mean,
like, it just also seemed like they were just like, like it's sort of like they figured that out, and that's why they just started like killing characters off.
but then at that point, you just sit there and go, okay, so these are the characters we supposed to care about going forward. And it's like, but I really, really, there's only two characters that I actually maybe care about, and everybody else is kind of just there. Like, Angelina Jolie's character that's technically alive at the end of that, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, you sit there and go, you feel sad for that character, but only a little bit, because you barely know anything about that character.
like a lot of it really has this whole feeling of
It was rushed.
like I'm not even entirely sure it was rushed. It sort of feels like there has to be a director's cut out there. Similar to how like the Zack Snyder cut was, where it's just like,
It was the director's cut that's 8 hours long.
yeah, and it actually talks to you about some of this stuff, you know,
I did the movie. I did
especially with characters that no one already has investment in.
what I believe Eternal should have been, really, it should have been a season on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing so many things on
It could
Disney
have eight
Plus.
solid episodes.
Yeah,
They could have 8 solid episodes of
yeah,
this.
because like I said, they're doing so many things on Disney Plus for Phase 4. Like, Um, so I'm just gonna run through the list on it. We won't talk about every single one of them because I'm not kidding you. There's so much for Phase 4. That's so like here's the list of films for Phase 4 as they stand right now, okay? Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever, The Marvels, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Fantastic Four, and Blade. Okay? 12, 12 movies. Alright?
Yeah.
Here's the list of TV shows. WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel. Oh, by the way, um, Loki, the second season is also going to be part of Phase 4.
I think
What If season 2 is also going to be part of Phase 4. Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, I Am Groot. See, yeah, there is going to be an I Am Groot show. It's going to start up later this year. I think it's going to be a webisode type thing, but it's going to be animated. It's going to be following Groot from Baby Groot to Groot from Infinity War. Um,
that character was that popular.
the Baby Groot is as popular as Grogu.
Gotcha.
Baby Groot and Baby Yoda are like Disney's most popular characters right now.
Gotcha.
Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, Echo, Agatha, House of Harkness, Spider-Man Freshman Year, Marvel Zombies. And just as a added bonus, this holiday season, this holiday season is going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right.
so like they're doing a TV show for freaking everything.
Eternal should have been a TV show. I'm sorry.
So it's just like there are 16 TV shows for Phase 4. Two of those TV shows are going to have 2 seasons before Phase 4 is over. So essentially 18 seasons of shows versus 12 movies.
I'm still saying this is 12 movies in 2 years. Is it 2 years?
So 2021, 2022, 2023 are the confirmed things. Like those are the ones that have confirmed years. Fantastic Four and Blade are both still to be announced when they're going to come out. So it's possible they'll come out in 2023, but it's also possible they'll be in 2024. So Phase 4 may incorporate, you know, it's possible it could hit 5 years.
Okay, so
'Cause I
movies,
mean,
12 movies.
at this point, we're not even seeing like a new Avengers movie. And
Yeah,
when I say new Avengers movie, I'm not talking about new Avengers movie. I'm talking about new Avengers movie.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think they're gonna do Avengers again for a long time.
Well, they might, cause they, like I said, they might do the new Avengers or the young Avengers, cause America Chavez is on the movie posters for Multiverse of Madness right now.
Yeah, yeah, but you remember how long it took them to do a proper Avengers movie the first time? It took like a few years of build up of everybody getting at least one movie.
Here, let me go back and look at Phase 1. Because I really want to say that the Avengers was actually, like the first Avengers movie was actually the end of Phase 1, but I might be wrong. Yeah, the first Avengers movie was the end of Phase 1.
Okay, when did phase one begin and when did it end?
Phase 1 began with Iron Man and ended with the Avengers, and it took place over the course of 4 years, 2008 to 2012.
Okay, so if you do the same,
Here, let me go to Phase 2. Phase 2 took place over the course of, looks like just, um, 2013 to 2015, so just, be be 3 years.
Yeah.
Phase 3, 2016 to ads that pop the entire screen over. Not fun, and I'm definitely not going to buy your stuff. 2016 to 2019, so another 4 year. So yeah, it's very possible they'll do like 4 years for this. So it'd be like 2021 to 2024. But each of them, so each of them incorporated an Avengers movie. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And, we all know that they're going to create the new Avengers. Okay? Like, that's the thing that we all know. Um,
It's a money making machine. What they gonna do eventually?
like, it's going to be one of those things that they're going to have to kind of slowly introduce.
Which no the 4 years.
And they've already brought in a few of them because you have Wanda and her kids.
Yes.
So it's possible that she'll be a part of them. It's also possible that her kids will be a part of them, right?
Yeah, we kind of
Because I mean, right now she's Multiverse of Madness is going to determine if Wanda goes more towards the villain arc or if she winds up returning to the hero arc.
yeah.
Um, then Falcon and the Winter Soldier, both of them are in the new Avengers. Loki, I don't know exactly where they're gonna go with that. The main thing that they know with that is that he's a popular character, so
I think Loki's gonna be in his own little pocket dimension for the most part.
which is good because his whole thing deals with dimensions.
So you
um,
can leave Loki alone.
and Hawkeye introduced the next Hawkeye. It also introduced the MCU's new Mockingbird since they decided that they were not going to count Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at all.
Well, they kind of had to leave Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, those last 3 seasons just made it impossible for them to keep Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU.
The last 3 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. destroyed
And just
Marvel
like,
Cinematic.
not only that, but like the thing that pisses me off the most about that is the writers quite literally said, I'm sure the fans will figure it out. And it's just like, that is some lazy ass bullshit.
And sadly, it's gonna take Kevin Feige to figure it out. And I have already figured that portion out. The only way to put Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into this is to have it deal with something after the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Where you sit there and go, yeah, this is Agent Coulson. Like, yeah, he's from a different universe. It's fine. Leave it alone.
Mhm.
Don't ask questions. He's here now.
Um, but yeah. Then other um Moon Knight, I don't really expect to go too much outside of just he appears whenever he needs to appear.
Moon Knight appears in another group, and that's the group with Blade and
Yeah, the Night Stalkers, I believe.
yeah, yeah, the Night Stalkers. And yeah, I want them to be the Night Stalkers.
That I really do. I hope that that Blade and Moon Knight being introduced is actually gearing up for a Night Stalker. Oh, I haven't seen the Morbius movie yet.
Does that count?
I don't know, because like I said, I haven't seen it. I do know that in the commercials he references Venom, which would sort of indicate that he is not going to be any like because I mean he's not on the list for the MCU. I will tell you that.
Yeah, because technically Venom and Morbius are their own thing,
Yeah.
and well, Venom just barely made it into anything because they slowly introduced Venom from the good.
Yeah, essentially Venom came over during No Way Home
Home.
and then after the events of No Way Home was
Yeah.
sent back to his universe.
So again, it just left a little piece of himself there.
Yeah,
A little
so
sliver.
essentially the next Spider-Man movie is definitely going to involve the black suit.
Yes. That's a given.
Um Miss Marvel is of course another person in the new Avengers. She-Hulk, she is in like almost every single superhero team at one point in time or another. She was even in the Fantastic Four for a little while.
She-Hulk gets around.
She-Hulk,
She-Hulk.
she's in the Defenders, she's in the Avengers, she's in the Fantastic Four, she's freaking in everything.
Yeah, She-Hulk is one of those
Um
characters that sit there and go, call me. You sit there and go, what? Call me. Yeah, call me. No matter
I
what the situation.
well, it is 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream.
All
I
right.
hope anyone that watched had a good time, and I hope all the audio came through properly. This was our first time trying to do it this way. Go ahead and say something again.
Okay. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, you're definitely popping in. I think I should have had the desktop audio on because like it looked like you were popping through on my mic for some reason, but sometimes it just looked a little bit softer. So I think next time I'll make sure to have you on the desktop audio.
Okay.
But anyways, we will. I will be streaming again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I am planning on doing a multiplayer game of some sort. So please come by and check that out. And Will is going to be in the D&D game that we play on Sunday at 8, and then again he'll be back talking to me on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. So,
All right, guys.
um, please check out the merch shop at SerioStarAndGanimation.com.
I got stuff. Buy it. You know you want to.
Yeah, check out my book, Demonic Whispers. You can find it pretty easily if you just look up my name in Google. It's like the fourth link down right below my Instagram, Twitter, and something else. YouTube. Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube page. Yeah, I definitely think I should have had the desktop audio on the entire time because you're coming through a lot better now.
Okay.
I don't know why. Because like it looked like you were coming through just fine when I first started, but I don't think you
Uh-huh.
were. I think you're gonna wind up being kind of soft on most of that. So I apologize to everyone that watches this, but I imagine we'll only have like 3 or 4 viewers anyways. So.
Honestly, this is the first episode. Unless this skyrockets out of control, then if it does, we'll just keep everything the same. It'll be fine.
So yeah, Demonic Whispers is my book. I am currently in the process of trying to finish up the edits for the sequel to that, so please hurry and get it so that you can check out the sequel pretty soon. And I'll also be doing a podcast with Ganimation on Serial Star and Ganimation at 9 o'clock tonight. We do that. Currently, our expected times are Monday through Thursday on that. So, I will talk to everyone later.